Well, would you look at that? It's a brand new Victoria Free DLC. And I know what you're all asking. What's changed? What's new? Is it any fun? Well, let me look it up on the Wikipedia for you. Right, first off, subscribe. Subsidies. Pretty much the same thing right there. Yes, Paradox has gone ahead and sponsored me once again to check out Victoria Free and the brand new Spheres of Influence DLC. Available tomorrow. Pre-order now. Click link down below. Get it while you can. It's hot and heavy. Spheres of Influence has added a whole bunch of new stuff like power blocks, foreign investment, new mechanics for the great game, but more importantly, Persia is now blue. Watch out, fellas, it's King William of Hanover, famous for dying. Yeah, there's really not too much that William did. He took the throne pretty late, and then his end pretty soon after. It's kind of sounding familiar. Oh, wait, that... She looks mighty familiar, though. But here's our mighty power block, the British Empire. And look at all the squad rolling up. We've got, well, I think the Sultan of Awad is currently vaping. That's right, every squad got the vapor, the capitalist, the old man, the young man, and the bald man. That's right, we could be in the Austrian power block, though. That'd be a lot worse. It's like a Twilight fan meetup in here. Why is Ferdinand von Habsburg's heir look like a 52-year-old man trapped in a 5-year-old's body? I'm pretty sure he's got a mustache. He's got a mustache and he's balding. Oh, damn, would you look at that? I can actually go ahead and edit our whole little faction here. You know what? I got an idea. There we go. Grimsby Town Football Club. Much better. Oh, we can also go ahead and make a little statue for us. Okay. Oh, I hit the randomizer button and it turned me into a giant octopus. Okay. It's an elephant with a pickle helmet on. There we go. If I could sum up Grimsby Town Football Club, it would be a giant skull with a top hat and a sword. There you go. Love to see all these major power blocks and then Grimsby Football Club on top. Oh. I'm getting politically lobbied by the anti-French League. You know, I feel like these guys know a thing or two. There it is. He's in the middle of London. Okay, so already I have construction and investment ability in Portugal. So I could do funny things like drop down 10 banana plantations. I also made a diplomatic play in Persia to get myself construction and investment opportunities in their country too. And I can't idea. Oh, our trade route exporting opium to the Chinese market is inactive? Just back to Persia in their little scuffle there, doing something, and I now just own that little slit. Okay, could you believe this whole thing is because my Persian plants need to be sold in Chinese market? We're attempting a tactical landing in Taiwan, which we have done. You can tell we've done it because there is now a British flag covering the island. Oh, went for a naval invasion in the north. The Chinese army wasn't there, but now it looks like the Chinese army is there. Also, that's a very weird invasion pattern we've got going. And the second invasion coming out of nowhere, and now the Chinese troops are all moving down south again. And there we go. We got exactly what we wanted. Oh, what a very morbid, Opium Wars completed. You know, only in Vicky Free. You know, I got cultural exclusion. Someone's lobbying for that pretty hard right now. Interest groups are pushing for it. And the person pushing for it is Charles Dickens. And when you open it up, it plays that sound. What was a small little show of power against the Sind up here has turned into a global war against the French. The anti-French League has never been happier. Oh, it's never a finer day in a British man's life than when they humiliate the French. I guess now we should probably get back to work on doing what we came here for the first place, which was sing. Well, I think the great game may have just evolved past being just a silly little game. Yeah, me and Russia are currently fighting for who's going to unify Afghanistan. It wasn't too difficult because the Russians couldn't even get down here to fight, and then I just raided all their convoys. On top of that, we now have Kabul as our protectorate, so our power is growing in the region. I didn't even get to capture that, but I just bullied myself some investment rights in China, which is great. You know what China has? Tea! You see, now instead of having to sell opium in return for the tea, I could just own the tea outright. This may not be good for the tea business. Yeah, quite literally. My tea plantations are right on the front line there. Whilst all this has been going on, by the way, my power block has been growing. Look at this. We have Central America. Yeah, that's about it. you know, but we are growing. So with the astounding success of the Grimsby Town Football Club power block, we've now got up to 50 cohesion, which means I can now subjugate other members of our group. This will immediately drop down our cohesion down by 40%, but actually having them as a subject will be pretty good for us, as I've gone ahead and got the principle of vassalization free all the way up to the top, which gives us way more income from them. We also get a whole bunch of other fun stuff that we can do by getting this all the way up, so we're gonna make the most of this. I don't want to be that guy, Ottoman Empire. They just declared on Egypt, who I am protecting for later reasons. We just like them a lot, you know, there's no ulterior motives, and they stacked their entire army over here and not over here. They're just sort of rocked up unopposed there. They're getting beat back now, but I think it's a bit too late. Oh yeah, that's not looking too good. Yeah, I should have asked for a bit more, I think. Yeah, it didn't go too well for them, but good news for us, we now have a Basra treaty port. That'll come in handy for later. Don't want to alarm anyone. China's exploded. Oh, that's a very interesting offering from the Prussian uprising. You just Prussia? Yes, the mighty Prussian uprising of Schleswig. Shout out to my Almanic brothers. You're gonna love Yorkshire. I don't think they actually will like Yorkshire. It's full of Italians. Oh, chaps, I think it's safe to say we figured out who's going to be in charge of Germany this game. Oh, it seems little Francie Pants down there's having a bit of an issue. It would be a shame if someone was to get involved. I don't even garner anything from this. I'm simply in it for the chaos. Was that good for me? It wasn't bad for me. It was definitely bad for the French, though. I just realized I can build other people's gold mines. And I got a mutual investment from the US, so they haven't actually built any of their gold mines. So I'm just going to build them all for them. I mean, if no one's going to build them, I'm going to take the opportunity. Okay, I love the fact my two puppets are fighting, and Kabul is offering to reduce my own subjects' autonomy. Why wouldn't... Yeah, sure thing, buddy. So you two just fight each other while I get even stronger. Yes, look at this delicious gold mine in California, just straight into my pocket. The one in Nevada as well, another 8k, just straight into me. Well, I think it's safe to say we kind of had that great game thing down pretty well. So I've kind of been moving over to the Chinese market and getting a few of these guys as protectorates. I've even put a few familiar faces in control. I got President Peter MacKay, famous Chinese person, and I've also got Chancellor Philip Brocklehurst, another famous Chinese politician of the era. Don't look it up. I just realized I can actually build more power block statues in my other states, so they've all been greeted by Mr. Bones and his wild ride. Don't want to be that guy, France, but you appear to got a bit of a pimple on your face there. Oh, well, my bad. It's just the Paris Commune. I found out if you try to build too many power block statues at once and spam click it, it crashes the game. Probably down to the fact every time you do crash it, the game gives you an applause. I have so many protectorates at this point and puppets that just every 2 seconds I'm just getting dragged into something somewhere. Argentina just joined my power block. Bad news for them. Now you really have to hand it to Germany. They did nothing. I'm glad to see the AI still has not finished colonizing even the most basic of places. I think Australia's still working on this stuff down here. Why can't I just help you guys? Come on. Vicky, she did go ahead and finally die, though. We have replaced her with... Oh, it's not a good name historically. This is just my life. Never stop. Look, China still technically exists. Would you like to buy some herbal remedies? Oh, we've gone back to the Saxons. Okay, so I may have noticed the Dutch collapsed as an empire. Dutch East Indies is no more. So I thought I'd be cheeky and get a treaty port off them, which has involved Russia. Yeah, I think this great game thing kind of slipped us by considering it's 1919, but you know what? Let's spice it back up. Okay, so I guess this is going to be the closest thing we're getting to a world war here, and it's definitely not going to be a walk in the park. All right, now again, the Dutch, no problem at all. We got our landing, and now we are wiping out their army, no problem. Yeah, so look at that, good old General Herbert Moffat. Meanwhile, over here in the Central Asian front, we're fighting a man with a sombrero. not gonna question it. There we go. The Dutch have capitulated. I just own a piece of them right there. Okay, now the tricky part comes with dealing with the Russians. I think I'm gonna try a sneaky naval invasion over here. Cause yeah, I don't think we even want to attempt to push through here in the slightest. Oh yeah, they did not quite expect that one. They are just still piling more and more units in over here though. Yeah, I'm starting to think that maybe, just maybe, they haven't heard the news that the entire East has fallen. You know, I think if encirclements were a thing in this game, I might just be about to get the sickest one in Victoria-free history. Well, there you go. There's the Russian army. Stuck in Central Asia. Also, I repeat, also got a landing in Crimea. You know, I think it's safe to say I actually have won the great game here. And there you have it. Just realized my GDP had been overtaken by the Austrians. We're gonna have to quickly change that. In all fairness, I completely stopped building a very long time ago, so... Oh, Austria-Hungary just backed down. I was expecting a bit of a fight there. Yeah, now the Czechs just kind of exist in them. Did that do it? Yeah, I think that definitely did what I wanted to just knock them so far down. I just did the same thing on the French. They accepted. Now they have half their country missing. Okay, who else can we liberate here? Oh, Prussia. Oh, is it even worth it just for Danzig? Probably not, let's be real. I think they have suffered enough this game. They're trying out the Ottomans right now, and the Austro-Hungarians are coming in, so we might get ourselves a fight. They backed down, but now we got Bulgaria. Okay, I'm just so scary at this point. I just click on someone, and they just release whoever I want. Wait a second. This one might actually go to a war. Oh, I think we're going to beat them. No problem at all. And that is definitely down to the fact that I am using mustard gas on the front lines. Okay, the Austrians just stuck all their army over here, so I'm just going to go ahead and naval invade them. Sorry, Mr. Hermann von Habsburg. That is a cool name, but it's nothing on Humphrey Blair. Not the first time a Blair will be bombing up the Balkans. Well, there goes Spain, and we might want to hurry this one up, because I just noticed the entire rod just exploded. Alright, I've just discombobulated the Austrian-Hungarian Empire even more. Oh no, General Neil Cockburn's personal habits are starting to get in the way of his roles. What you been up to, Neil? I was gonna leave it off there. But why not just one more great pillaging of Russia? Also just noticed that New England's independent, so things aren't going too well for the Americans, so I might as well bring New England back to Old England and save yourself that whole freedom thing. I'm starting to think I might be the bad guy in this scenario. Oh boys, I think it's time to call things quits. It's 1933 and we have definitely left our mark on this stupid world. Our empire truly stretches quite the ways actually, and number one in everything, so there's not a lot left to do. But in the end, the British Empire spread nothing but chaos and just chaos, really. Madness, destruction. There's barely anyone alive in Russia at this point, I can imagine. Yeah, there's a big drop. It's definitely safe to say our power block is the most powerful in the world by a mile. Hey, but alas, that is it for Wiki Free today, and that was my first ever UK game, so there were probably a lot of things I could have done differently, especially with the new DLC, but yeah, there you go. That was some Wiki Free. A lot of people keep asking for it. I'm sure a lot of you want to check out the new DLC and all the new things I showed off today. And you could do that by clicking the link down below and getting it yourself. And obviously, thank you very much, Paradox, for sponsoring the video and letting me have a look at the DLC. And of course, I will be back for more Wiki as soon as there's more stuff to look at. But here's a little sneak peek. I think finally as well, and not a lot of Timmies are going to be around to even hear this, we might actually bring the mega campaign to Wiki Free this year. I think it's in a good enough position now where I could actually get along and enjoy myself in it, but we'll see. Nothing, nothing, in stone right yet, but I think we will be bringing it to Wiki Free this year. But you'll have to stay tuned for that, Timmy, and if you liked the video, feel free to leave a like down below and hit subscribe as well, because that'd be very much appreciated. But anyway, would you like to buy some plants?